Have you ever been peacefully asleep, dreaming of something beautiful, when suddenly your calf muscle decides to audition for a horror movie? One moment you're in a meadow with sunshine and butterflies, the next, you're bolt upright in bed, clutching your leg, making noises you didn't even know you could make. Leg cramps. Those sneaky, uninvited little muscle spasms that seem to strike at the worst possible times. In the middle of the night. During your morning walk. Or, if you're truly lucky, halfway through tying your shoes in public, while strangers stare like you're attempting an interpretive dance. Now, if you're over 50, you might have noticed something. These cramps aren't just random anymore. They've become more frequent, more intense, and more personal. It's almost like your legs have developed a grudge. And no, you can't just stretch it out like you did in your 20s. Here's the twist nobody tells you. Many leg cramps aren't just about age, bad luck, or that one time you skipped warm-up before gardening. Often, they're your body waving a big, neon sign that says, "We're low on the good stuff, fix it." By good stuff, I mean the minerals and nutrients that your muscles need to work smoothly: potassium, magnesium, calcium, even a little sodium in the right balance. Without them, your muscles can misfire, contract uncontrollably, and leave you hopping around like you're auditioning for Riverdance. The good news? Nature has given us a toolbox. A delicious one. In fact, some of the most effective leg cramp fighters are probably sitting in your kitchen right now, quietly waiting to save your night's sleep, your morning walk, and maybe even your dignity. So today, we're going to count down the top foods for stopping leg cramps, from the nice to have to the don't even think about skipping this. And if you think bananas are number one, well, you're in for a surprise. Before we jump in, I'd love your help growing this community. If you find this video useful, inspiring, or just a little entertaining, hit the like button, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe so you don't miss our weekly health tips. And here's a little challenge for you. Drop a comment with the number 1 if this topic helps you or feels relevant to your life right now. Type 0 if you think we need to improve, add more detail, or go deeper next time. Your feedback shapes what we create next. Alright, let's begin our countdown. Number 9, coconut water. You might be thinking, coconut water? Isn't that just a trendy gym drink for teenagers in yoga pants? Well, not quite. Long before it was in fancy bottles at health stores, coconut water was the go-to hydration for workers in tropical heat, farmers, fishermen, even soldiers. Why? Because it's nature's electrolyte drink. Inside that green coconut is a refreshing liquid loaded with potassium, along with smaller amounts of magnesium, sodium, and calcium. Potassium is like the peacekeeper in your muscle cells. It helps them contract and relax smoothly, without those sudden, painful spasms we call leg cramps. But here's the thing, coconut water works best for mild dehydration cramps, the kind that sneak up after you've been out in the sun, working in the garden, or walking a little farther than usual. It quickly replaces lost fluids and electrolytes, giving your muscles the all-clear signal to calm down. However, and this is important, it's not the ultimate leg cramp cure. Coconut water doesn't have the full mineral profile your muscles crave, so it's best seen as a support player, not the star. Think of it as the friendly neighbor who lends you a cup of sugar, nice to have, but you still need the rest of the recipe. If you want to give it a try, look for unsweetened coconut water with no added flavors. Sip it chilled after light exercise or during warm weather. Just 1 cup can provide about 15% of your daily potassium needs, and if you're watching your weight or blood sugar, it's naturally lower in calories than most sports drinks. So yes, coconut water earns a spot on our list, not because it's the most powerful, but because it's quick, gentle, and, let's be honest, it makes you feel like you're on vacation. Number 8, avocado. If coconut water is the friendly neighbor, then avocado is that reliable old friend, quiet, unassuming, but always there to make life smoother, literally. Avocados are rich in potassium, just like bananas, but here's their secret weapon, healthy fats. These creamy, buttery fats help your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like E and K, which play a role in keeping your blood vessels healthy and your muscles well-fed with oxygen. And when your muscles get the oxygen and nutrients they need, they're less likely to misfire into a cramp. Here's the kicker: one avocado has more potassium than a banana. That means you can boost your muscle-friendly mineral intake without spiking your blood sugar, a big win for anyone watching their glucose levels. But avocados aren't just about potassium. They also offer magnesium, which helps regulate nerve signals. Think of magnesium as the calm down button for overactive muscles. Without it, your muscles can get twitchy, jumpy, and yes, crampy. Now, before you rush to the store, remember, portion matters. Half an avocado a day is usually enough to get the benefits without overdoing calories. Mash it on whole grain toast, add it to salads, or blend it into a smoothie for a creamy texture that feels like dessert, but works like medicine. So why is an avocado higher on the list? Because while it's nutrient-rich, it still needs to team up with other foods to give you the full anti-cramp package. But make no mistake, if your legs could talk, they'd say, "We approve." Before we go on, don't forget to let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these foods for leg cramps. Which one worked for you? Which one didn't? Your stories help others in this community learn, and they help me bring you more targeted, useful tips. Number 7. Low-fat milk or fortified plant-based milk. Sometimes, leg cramps aren't just about potassium, they're about calcium. And that's where milk steps in, quietly doing what it's done for generations, building strong bones and supporting healthy muscle contractions. Here's the science in plain English: when your calcium levels drop too low, your nerves send misfired signals to your muscles. The result? Your calf or thigh suddenly locks up like a stubborn door hinge. Low-fat milk gives you a strong dose of calcium, plus vitamin D to help your body actually absorb it. But for those who are lactose intolerant or simply prefer plants, fortified almond, soy, or oat milk can deliver the same muscle-calming minerals without the dairy. What I love about milk, especially before bed, is that it's a 2-for-1 deal. Not only can it help reduce cramps, but the tryptophan in milk may also help you sleep better. And fewer midnight cramps plus deeper sleep? That's a package deal worth taking. The only caution: avoid overly sweetened plant milks. Extra sugar won't do your muscles or your waistline any favors. Number 6. Bananas. Bananas, the poster child of leg cramp prevention. They've been recommended by coaches, grandmothers, and marathon runners alike. And yes, they deserve the love, but they're not the whole story. Bananas shine because they're rich in potassium, the mineral that keeps the electrical impulses in your muscles running smoothly. Imagine your muscle as a light bulb. Without enough potassium, the light flickers and sometimes sparks. That spark? That's your cramp. What makes bananas handy is their convenience. No washing, no peeling gadgets, no cooking, just grab and go. Perfect for a quick fix before your morning walk or after light exercise. But here's the twist: bananas alone won't prevent every cramp. They don't have as much magnesium or calcium as other foods on this list, so they work best as part of a balanced approach. Think of them as the instant relief fruit, fast to act, easy to eat, but happiest when paired with other nutrient-rich allies. And let's be honest, peeling a banana feels a lot more dignified than hopping around your kitchen in the middle of a cramp. Number 5. Sweet potatoes. If bananas are the quick-acting first aid kit, sweet potatoes are the long-term insurance plan. These bright orange gems pack more potassium than bananas, plus they bring something extra to the table: complex carbohydrates for slow, steady energy, and beta-carotene to support circulation and recovery. Here's why that matters. When your blood flow is steady, your muscles get a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients. That means fewer sudden miscommunications between your brain and your legs, those moments where your calf decides to cramp mid-step like it's staging a protest. Sweet potatoes also contain magnesium and calcium, creating a mineral trio that supports muscle relaxation. And because they're naturally sweet, they satisfy sugar cravings without the blood sugar spikes that can actually trigger cramps in some people. Best part? They're versatile. Bake them, mash them, roast them with a little olive oil and rosemary. Sweet potatoes will quietly guard your muscles while making your dinner taste like comfort food. If bananas are the sprint, sweet potatoes are the marathon. Eat them regularly, and your muscles will thank you in their own quiet, cramp-free way. Number 4, dark leafy greens. When it comes to leg cramps, dark leafy greens are like the ultimate multitaskers. Spinach, kale, Swiss chard, they don't just give you 1 or 2 minerals, they give you the whole package. Loaded with magnesium, calcium, and vitamin K, these greens help your muscles contract and relax smoothly, keep your blood clotting at healthy levels, and even support the tiny capillaries that deliver nutrients deep into your muscle fibers. Think of magnesium as the chill friend that tells your muscles, relax, we've got this, while calcium keeps the contractions precise, and vitamin K makes sure your blood flow is efficient. Without this teamwork, you're more likely to end up with cramps that stop you in your tracks. The best part? They're low in calories, so you can pile your plate high without guilt. Add them to soups, stir-fries, omelets, or simply sauté with garlic for a side dish that works like medicine but tastes like dinner. Dark leafy greens don't just prevent cramps, they help undo years of wear and tear by nourishing your muscles, bones, and blood vessels all at once. They're not flashy, they're not trendy, but they are quietly powerful, and they deserve a permanent spot on your plate. Number 3, pumpkin seeds. If dark leafy greens are the quiet, dependable type, pumpkin seeds are the chatty, fun friend who somehow knows everyone in town and always has exactly what you need in their bag. Seriously, these little green seeds might not look like much, but they're magnesium powerhouses. And magnesium, my friend, is like the off switch for overactive muscles. Without it, your muscles stay tense, like a guest who just won't leave your house at the end of the night. Here's the science in plain terms. Every muscle contraction in your body starts with calcium rushing into your muscle cells. But muscles can't relax until magnesium steps in and pushes that calcium back out. No magnesium? No relaxation. Just a cramped up muscle sending SOS signals to your brain. Pumpkin seeds don't stop there. They also bring potassium, zinc, and a touch of iron, minerals that work behind the scenes to keep your nerves firing correctly and your muscles oxygenated. This is why many athletes snack on pumpkin seeds before and after training. They help muscles recover and keep cramps at bay. Now, let's talk about flavor. Unlike some health foods that taste like cardboard and sadness, pumpkin seeds are actually enjoyable. Lightly roasted with a pinch of sea salt, they're crunchy, nutty, and dangerously snackable. You can sprinkle them on salads, blend them into smoothies, or toss them into oatmeal for a satisfying crunch that also happens to be protecting your legs. Here's a pro tip: soak your pumpkin seeds overnight before eating. This reduces phytic acid, a natural compound that can block your body from absorbing magnesium and other minerals. Think of it as giving the seeds a little spa treatment before they go to work for you. And just so you know, they're not just good for your legs. Magnesium also supports better sleep, steadier moods, and even heart health. Which means a handful of pumpkin seeds before bed might help you drift off without the fear of waking up in the middle of the night doing an involuntary leg cramp dance. Why aren't they number 1 on our list? Well, as powerful as pumpkin seeds are, they work best as part of a team effort. They're a star player, but they still need support from the rest of the mineral-rich foods we've talked about. Bottom line, if your legs could shop for their own snacks, they'd probably fill the cart with pumpkin seeds, and maybe a little dark chocolate, because magnesium and happiness go hand in hand. Number 2, nuts and seeds. If pumpkin seeds are the life of the party, then mixed nuts and seeds are the whole neighborhood block party. Everyone brings something to the table, and together they create magic. We're talking almonds, walnuts, cashews, sunflower seeds, chia seeds, flax seeds, a crunchy, chewy, nutrient-packed dream team. Each one has its specialty, and when you put them together, they cover almost every mineral your muscles could possibly need to avoid cramping. Almonds deliver calcium to keep your muscles contracting properly. Walnuts bring omega-3 fatty acids to reduce inflammation in tired muscles. Cashews sneak in extra magnesium for that all-important muscle relaxation. Sunflower seeds add vitamin E, which helps protect your muscle cells from oxidative stress. Chia and flax seeds? They provide not only magnesium and potassium, but also hydration support because they absorb water and release it slowly, like a built-in water bottle for your cells. Think of this group as a well-trained orchestra. Magnesium is the conductor, making sure everyone's in sync. Calcium is the violin section giving structure. Potassium is the brass section keeping the rhythm. And omega-3s are the smooth background notes that make everything feel easier. Without one section, the music falls apart. From a practical standpoint, nuts and seeds are one of the easiest anti-cramp snacks you can carry. They don't need refrigeration, they last for weeks, and they can be eaten straight from the bag, whether you're on a morning walk, at your desk, or halfway through a road trip. But here's the warning label: they're calorie dense. Too many handfuls and you might find yourself gaining weight faster than your muscles can thank you. The sweet spot is about a small handful, roughly 30 grams, a day. That's enough to load your body with leg-saving minerals without overdoing it. Want to supercharge the benefits? Try making your own trail mix. Combine pumpkin seeds, almonds, walnuts, sunflower seeds, and a few dried cranberries for sweetness. You'll get a balance of electrolytes, healthy fats, and antioxidants that not only fight cramps but also support joint health, heart health, and even brain function. Bottom line, nuts and seeds are the closest thing you can get to a portable cramp insurance policy. Eat them daily, and you'll be giving your muscles the raw materials they need to stay flexible, strong, and ready for whatever the day throws at you, whether it's a long walk, a night of dancing, or simply getting through the grocery store without your calf trying to stage a mutiny. Number 1. Lentils and legumes. If every food on this list is a soldier in your anti-cramp army, then lentils and legumes are the generals, smart, reliable, and quietly running the whole operation. We're talking lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans, and their cousins in the legume family. They might look humble sitting in a bag on the pantry shelf, but don't be fooled. These little powerhouses are loaded with the big 3 minerals your muscles crave: magnesium, potassium, and calcium, all in one neat package. Here's why that's a game changer. Magnesium calms muscle fibers so they don't seize up unexpectedly. Potassium keeps the electrical signals in your muscles smooth and steady. Calcium ensures your muscle contractions are precise and controlled. But legumes don't stop at minerals. They're also rich in protein, which is essential for repairing muscle tissue after strain. That means they not only prevent cramps, but also help your muscles recover faster when you've overworked them, whether that's from a long walk, a day of gardening, or an enthusiastic attempt at Zumba class. And here's a bonus many people overlook: legumes are full of complex carbohydrates and fiber, which help stabilize blood sugar. Why does that matter for cramps? Because dramatic drops or spikes in blood sugar can trigger nerve and muscle irritability. Keeping your blood sugar steady keeps your muscle function steady, too. One of the best things about legumes is how versatile they are. You can toss lentils into soups, mash chickpeas into hummus, make a hearty bean salad, or even sneak them into casseroles. They absorb flavors beautifully, meaning you can make them taste Mediterranean, Mexican, or Asian depending on your mood. And let's not forget the cost factor. They're one of the most affordable sources of high-quality nutrition. In other words, you can protect your muscles and your wallet at the same time. Now, some people avoid legumes because they fear digestive drama. Yes, beans can cause gas if you're not used to them, but that's mostly because of their fiber. The fix is simple: start with small portions, soak them well before cooking, and let your gut adjust. Over time, your digestion will improve, and your muscles will still get the cramp-fighting benefits. Why are lentils and legumes at the top of the list? Because they do it all. Hydration support? Check. Muscle relaxation? Check. Recovery boost? Check. And they do it without the sugar, the extra calories, or the one-trick pony problem some other foods have. If your muscles could write a grocery list, lentils and legumes would be in bold, underlined, and highlighted. I want to end this list not with more facts, but with a story. A few months ago, I met Mr. Harold, an 82-year-old retired carpenter. His hands were still steady, but his legs, they had been giving him trouble for years. Night cramps, calf spasms on morning walks, sudden pain that would stop him mid-step in the grocery store aisle. I thought it was just age catching up, he told me. You know, part of the deal. One night, the cramps were so bad he couldn't get out of bed to get a glass of water. He just lay there, staring at the ceiling, wondering if this was how the rest of his years would feel, more pain than peace. But Harold wasn't the type to give up. The next morning, he shuffled to his old bookshelf and pulled out a dusty notebook where he used to jot down things his doctor or friends told him. He decided to treat this problem like one of his carpentry projects, identify what's broken, gather the right tools, fix it piece by piece. He learned about potassium, magnesium, calcium, about hydration and muscle recovery. And instead of reaching for pills, he turned to food. Every week, he added something new: a small bowl of lentil soup, a handful of pumpkin seeds, a baked sweet potato, a green salad with avocado, a glass of fortified almond milk before bed. It didn't happen overnight. But within 3 weeks, the cramps began to fade. Within 2 months, he was walking his old route around the park again, without stopping to clutch his calf. One sunny afternoon, he even raced his great-grandson to the swings. He didn't win, but he didn't care. I had my legs back, he said, eyes shining. That was the real prize. Harold's story isn't about a miracle food. It's about building a foundation, step by step, with small, consistent choices. It's about remembering that our bodies, no matter the age, still respond to care, still heal when given the right tools. And that's what I want you to take from today's video. Don't wait for the pain to become your new normal. Start with one change this week. Add one food from this list. Give your muscles what they're missing, and let time do the rest. Before we close, I'd love to hear from you. Type 1 in the comments if you found something today that you can start using right away. Type 0 if you think we can do better, go deeper, or cover more next time. Your feedback isn't just helpful, it's what keeps this channel alive and growing. If Harold's story moved you, if you learned something that might help a friend or loved one, please hit the like button, share this video with someone you care about, and subscribe to Wise Elders Tales. Every week, we bring you real stories, practical health tips, and the gentle reminder that growing older doesn't mean giving up, it means growing wiser. Your legs have carried you through decades of life. Maybe they've danced at weddings, walked the halls of your first home, or chased after laughing children in the yard. They've worked hard for you. It's time to return the favor. This is Wise Elders Tales. Thank you for being here, for listening, and for caring enough to keep walking forward.